So we've got the basics of our game, but we want to add some extra little things here. Now, I did say at the start that we're going to be able to count these boxes, but we just put this manually, didn't we? We put that there as 8. So let's have a way for it to count itself. So let's go back into the behaviors of control, okay? And we're going to do this backwards this time. So we're going to go to mailbox, yeah? And we're going to have a mailbox, and we're going to count that to the number here that says plus, yeah? But this time we're going to have this as 0, okay? We're going to have it like that. You could have a number in between and then have it to set, but just for making things easier, we're going to do it like this. For the mailbox, we're going to have this as count, okay? Count lowercase c, and then that's what's going to happen. So we're going to put the triggers or the messages for these boxes, and each one of those is going to send a number, which is 1, to this mailbox, and then it will come out, and that will be 8, okay? We're also going to have a way to count this as well, so let's do that. So let's go to GUI. Let's do another label, yeah? I'm going to put that over here. Out goes to value, so we can actually track it. That can go to 0 because it doesn't really matter because it's going to count it automatically. Let's do center. Let's make this, I don't know, a red. Go okay. Let's position it nicely. Here, even move this up a little bit like that. And then let's do the triggers for the boxes. So again, any box, it doesn't matter. And remember, it's going to happen for each one of these boxes, okay? So we don't have to do it for each one. But it's going to be, it's going to happen 8 times because they're clones, okay? So they still exist in the gaming world. So into triggers, we're going to click on the thing that says once. What does once do? Once happens each time that this sprite or object is created in the game when the game loads that level, okay? There's obviously other things like always. This is always activated every frame. If you hover over it, activates once, okay? So what we want it to do, when the game loads, we want to count itself and send that count to control. So let's do that. So let's go to messages, go to send, click on out to send like that. Call this count. Remember, that's what we did before. Objects to send it to, click control. Any object is fine. And then, if I move this over here, click on play. See, it says 8 because this sent to count, to control, and it counted 8. If I actually show you in control, you'll see it work a little bit better, okay? It happens instantly, okay? So this is still going to have a 1, but just keep in mind that it does happen 8 times, okay? So click on play. That activates, counts it each time to 1, goes to 8, and then we can actually play because we've still got this equal to 0. So we can do that. Okay, and there you go. So we've got that bit there. Now we've got a bit of an issue because if we click again, it starts a timer again. We don't really want that. We want that to be able to stop. So we want this to break its line after we've clicked it once. So let's do that, okay? So mouse click to timer. We want to get rid of this line for now. Move this back a little bit. And we're going to have a switch, okay? So just like a switch in your house, okay? Electricity is always coming to your switch for your room or whatever, but your light only turns on when we actually turn it on. So let's do that. So out goes to in, so down goes to in, down goes to in, and then out goes to start. So just like what we had before, and the switch is currently turned off because it's not on. The little light is not on, so let's make sure it's on because we want it to be on at the start, okay? And then what we want it to do is we want it to turn itself off. So out just goes right round to off, and you'll see it there. So what happens? Line comes in, clicks down, goes out, but then it's also going to turn itself off at the same time. So if I just show you, click on play, see 8 activates that way. Click on it, and you'll see this turn off. Turns itself off, okay? So click on each one of these, and you'll see it's trying to go in to start the timer each time, but it won't let you. And then I click on that. This is going to activate to stop the timer. Starts the timer, and as much as I click, it can't turn itself back on because there's nothing on the node, little dot here that says on, so we can't do that. Again, depending on the type of game that you make or whatnot, you might want to have that feature for your game. For this one, we don't want that. Okay, so we're going to leave that one there. And then we can actually play the game for this bit. There you are. Cool. There you go. And I can't start the timer.